Hey peeps, so I'm gonna try and recreate this look. Super cute, super simple. So I'm gonna just first prime my eyelids. I'm gonna just take this e.l.f. Camo Hydration Concealer. My eyes are gonna be quite dark around here, so I just wanna lighten it up. I fake tan my face, that's why my eyes go so dark around there. It's really weird, like the color just glues around my eyes. Okay, cool. Got a nice base. So the makeup artist that done her makeup was Patrick Tar, and he used the One Size by Patrick Star palette, but I don't have that one. So I'm gonna just go in with this Maddie palette. I'm gonna take this shade here, M3, as it was like the closest shade to the one he has in his palette that I have. I'm trying to mirror this here as best as I can. So I'm just gonna take like a plain, simple little buffer brush like this. This is a Morphe one. It doesn't look like he's done much to her eyes. I really feel like he's just like washed a little bit of color on the eye. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna lightly... I'm gonna pack it on first and then I'm gonna buff it out. It's a shame the summer's over because it's such a nice summer look. Like, where am I gonna rock this to? So as you can see, I've buffed it out, so it has just like a natural finish to the eyelid. And then I'm gonna go with the other eye. This is actually the second time that I'm filming this video because the first time around my lighting was off and I was not happy. You know what they say, second time's a charm. I'll just take my time buffing this out. There's no rush. Take your time, honey. Fabs. So her look looks so simple. Like I can't see any shimmer on her eye. Like there's no picture of her eyes shut. So I'm gonna just guess it's just this. Next, I'm gonna take some mascara. I'm gonna just take this L'Oreal Telescopic. Keeping it au naturel. Not gonna put much because I'm still gonna put a little bit of lashes on. For lashes, she's got on individual lashes from House of Lashes, but I don't have that. So I'm gonna be going in with the Morphe Santa Monica lashes. They're really natural. They're really cheap actually. These are £4. Like, I was shook at, and they're really cute. I look like I killed someone. So that's the lashes on. Look how cute and au naturel that is. Bargain. Woman's looking like her already. Okay, so for next is skin. For skin, Patrick has used Poosh oil. So I don't have an oil to prime my skin with. I have facial oils, but that's too heavy for underneath the makeup. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my normal primer that I love using. I'm just going to use the Ren Perfect Canvas Primer. I just like this primer at the moment. And because it goes a bit tacky, it does hold on the makeup nicely. It's almost like a serum. So from the picture, her skin doesn't look matte, but it doesn't look dewy, but it looks glowy. So I'm going to take the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Does that makeup look full coverage? It looks like medium, I would say. Her makeup doesn't look heavy, but it doesn't look lightweight. So I'm going to go for medium. You can make it full coverage if you want to. You still get similar vibe. So how y'all feeling about keeping up with Kardashian's ending? Do you care? Do you not? Are you happy? You sad? In all honesty, I don't care. I've never been like type of person to keep up. Like I've been really, you know, like you get those days where you're like really nosy, like about their drama, like oh what's going on over there, what they doing, this, that. But I'm not like keeping up, like watching every episode or this, that. Like if it's there I might watch it, but I don't go looking for it, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna just take it down my neck. I'm gonna just take a sponge just to smooth it out a bit better. So it's looking au naturel, but we're gonna change that. So I was debating whether to go for a matte concealer or a hydrating concealer. Go with a hydrating one. So I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced Born This Way Multi Sculpting Concealer. This is a hydrating concealer, so it's really nice. It doesn't go too heavy underneath the eye. I'm gonna give that quite a full coverage eye because it's not like super natural. Brighten this area, get a little bit on the nose. These parts here. I'm gonna hit my sponge and I'm gonna just work that into the skin. So I made the foundation quite light and then I'm gonna use the concealer to build the coverage to where I need. So it's not a completely heavy look. She has a really bright under eye, so I'm gonna make sure that under eye is bright. I'm gonna take my sponge again, get a little dab. Let's get into contour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this LA Girl Pro Concealer. I'm going to mix it with my foundation just to make it a bit lighter and a bit more creamier. So it will glide on nicely to create my contour. I'm going to just blend it on the side of my hand. I'm gonna take this Morphe E8 brush. In the picture, she looks like she has quite a strong contour. I'm gonna take the contour at the side of my head because where her contour is. And I'm just take my sponge and just go over everything to make sure it's all nice and smooth. I'm gonna add a little more there first. And then I'm just gonna take this brush and I'm just gonna, because I got a chubby nose. And then just take the sponge just to soften that all out because you don't want any harsh lines. I'm gonna just put a little bit more concealer on my forehead just to brighten it up where I've made it just a bit too dark. So next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in with my concealer and I'm gonna chisel this out because she has a sharp contour. Then just blend that out. I want to keep that line as much as I can without being too baked. If you look closely at the picture, you can see that line. I'm trying to keep that and still not make it look obvious, do you know what I mean? So I'm just going to go over my sponge over everything. The concealer has dried, so I don't know if you can see the line is still there, but it's really subtle. Let's set this face. For the skin, I'm going to take my Laura Mercier powder and I'm going to set my under eyes. Then with the same powder, I'm just going to set my whole face. This powder is nice because it's not too heavy, and also any glow that I have naturally in my skin, it will still be there. It won't completely like mattify to like no tomorrow, do you know what I mean? Unless you want to. So for bronzer, I'm gonna go in with this Doll Beauty bronzer. This is in the shade Medium Deep. I wish I got the shade Medium, it's a bit too dark for me. Let me see what bronzer he used. So the bronzer he's used is a KKW Beauty bronzer, but I don't have a KKW Beauty bronzer, so we're gonna be using this. I'm just gonna lightly put this on because this stuff is pigmented. And I'm taking it all around my forehead here because in the picture you can see her bronzer's gone all the way around her perimeter of her face. I'm gonna just take it down here too. Keep a little jawbone. I'm trying to do my hair like her, but mine's a bit more raggedy obviously. I don't have a professional hairstylist. So I'm not gonna make that bronzer too heavy. You want to keep it out natural, just like her. Yo. So for blusher, picture looks like it's quite natural. The blush it's like a slight pinky, but it's not bright pinky. It's more like a nudish, you know, very neutral pinky tone type of blush. So I'm gonna go in with my Scott Barnes palette. This is the closest blush I have, and I'm gonna go in with this shade here, Minimalist. And he's taken the blush quite over here, hasn't he? It's like a really neutral, soft tone that he's used on her. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bake underneath here just to make sure that that's chiseled still. So I'm gonna go in with my Huda Beauty powder and we're gonna just carve this out here just to make that nice and neat. I've made my contour quite high up because her one looks quite high up, and obviously my face shape, this one suits my face shape better. And also he's done his contour at an angle pointing down. I'm just gonna bake as well the sides of my nose. And then I'm gonna just lightly just dust this powder just to brighten everything up a bit more. But not too much. You can still see I still have like the glow. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but I still have like the natural glow in my skin. So it's not like purpose glow, it's natural glow. And while I'm gonna let this sit there, I'm gonna just do my brows. For her brows are quite natural. So I'm gonna stick to doing my brows natural, which I love doing anyway. So I'm gonna just brush them up. Then I'm gonna just take this Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. I'm gonna just fill the sparse areas of my brow. But I'm gonna keep that natural hair. Nothing too heavy. And then I'll put a little brow gel. Her brows look a bit shiny, so you can see she's using brow gel. Just powder all this off. Just to finish the under eyes, I'm gonna go back in with that same shade from the Maddie palette, that M3. And I'm just gonna rub it in, just like lightly underneath my eye. Her under eyes looks really, really neutral. And then let's just take some mascara. Perhaps. So I want to put some glow into my skin, but not too much. It doesn't say anything for highlighter, so I'm just going to go in with that same palette. I want to add like just like a natural glow like within type of look. I'm going to mix it with this shade as well. Why not? Just put a little bit on my forehead. She has like an inner corner highlight as well, what I've noticed. I can't tell if it's shimmery or not, so I'm gonna guess everything's matte. I'm just gonna then take this shade Butterfly Fantasy. I'm gonna just put it with my finger and just to brighten up with my finger. And voila. I'm gonna just take this MAC Fix Plus spray just so it melts all the powders and everything together so it looks more natural. Whew. Melt. So now we're looking more glow within. It's like not bait that is glow, but it's like subtle glow, you know? For finish off with lipstick, the lipstick she's using is the Patrick Tar She's Not From Here lipstick. So it looks like an orangey reddish type of tone, and that lipstick's quite expensive. It was like, I think it was like £28. I'm not getting that. I've tried to look for a cheaper alternative. It's really hard to find some lipstick because it might look orangey, but is it solid orange or is it going to be just come out like as a red? So it's really unusual. It's like a mix between an orange and a red. For lipstick, I've got the Morphe lipstick in the shade Tease. So it's like a reddish orange color. Let's see how this comes out on my lips. I feel like his orange is a lot more like a deeper orange lipstick. This is like more between. It's just me, it's like a bit more corally. It's close, it's close. Actually, it's not that bad actually, it comes out quite orange. I am done. And then to finish the look, she's quite glowy in the chest area. So I'm gonna just take some coconut oil and I'm just gonna put this all over. There we go. Are we twins? Are we matching? So this is the final look. I feel like this lipstick is so much more fluorescent, or is that just me? Like her one seems like a more like deeper orange, but it's just close we're gonna get right now. And also I'm sure there's so much alternatives you can find. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and have a great week, and I'll see you all in my next video.